Hi everybody, I am Jayashree Naidu, Assistant Professor from the Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today I deal with the topic of English being one of the subjects for the undergraduate students. The intention behind this is to enable the students to speak fluently in their day-to-day situations. So far, the students have studied English as a part of their curriculum since their schooling days. There, it consists of English poetry, prose, and non-detailed stories. But here, English is placed with a different intention of enabling the vocabulary levels of the students and also the day-to-day activities to be spoken or presented in the language of English. Next, it is to make them familiar at the British, American, and Indian accents. The job arena of the engineering students includes their facing the interviews of MNCs whose companies are located in countries such as Britain, America, even Germany. So, their communication abilities in English are necessary to be excellent, and our English language oriented curriculum of this SEM includes teaching various aspects of communication skills in English for the students. This part of our class includes to make the students understand the aim behind outcome-based education. Outcome-based education includes 5 aspects. One of them, firstly, is conceptual, secondly, informative, thirdly, intent, fourthly, application, and finally, outcome. First, let us know about the conceptual part of education. Here, concept means an idea, plan, or an opinion. When we introduced English as part of our curriculum is to enable the students encoding a concept into an understandable content for the students. In general, listening, speaking, reading, and writing are considered as verbs. But this part of curriculum enables the students through the provision of the information that treats them as skill-oriented concepts. Here we treat listening as a skill, speaking as a skill, reading as a skill, and also writing as a skill. Next, we come to the aspect of informative. Informative means providing information related to each skill to the students. We divided the presentation of information to the student of each skill as definition, types of that particular skill, significance, barriers related to that skill, activities of real-life application of that particular skill. So, the student becomes aware of the information related to that particular skill in an all-round manner. This makes the students perfect in listening, perfect in reading, perfect in writing. For every activity, there will be an intention, and our curriculum also has an intention. Here it means purpose behind an activity. The intention behind the conceptual information is to make the course to instill the professionalism needed for the student. The student become aware of various techniques and strategies applicable in listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Application. This includes the skill to apply the learned strategies or techniques. For example, LSRW skills are applied in every academic activity. Attaining expertise as a skill gives better presentation for the students. This also includes professionalism while presenting their PPTs or project submission. Each and every activity of an engineering student is based with all the expertise of the language which is frequently used in a formal manner, that is English. Next, outcome. It is the very important aspect. This means achieving intended result through focused efforts. An individual's success or failure is measured through the outcome, and the above-mentioned 4 skills definitely help in attaining the outcomes of engineering education. Inclusion of language skills could not be ignored for attaining the outcome of 4-year engineering course. This is the significant aspect of outcome-based education that makes us plan every activity or information when we convey that in the classroom to the students. As soft skills include listening, speaking, reading, and writing, the outcomes of listening include improving the performance while listening to the class by the students. The outcomes of speaking provide the best platform for the students in the coming years of presentation, orientation, and even interviews. The outcomes of reading, they help the student to gather information for their presentation and remembrance as well. The outcomes of writing include the knowledge of functional application, that is, making notes, presenting papers in seminars, writing project reports, or even sending emails. Understanding the framework behind the syllabus makes the students gain more from the classes that we take up in the coming semester. This also helps the faculty to be fluent while communicating the information without any further explanation related to each and every skill. So, my dear students, be ready with your vocabulary to listen and understand and even speak. Be open-minded. Here we discuss the definition of the word communication. Next, we also discuss about the nature of the communication process and the value of intention behind communication. Fourthly, we discuss about the precision related to communication. Firstly, let us know about the definition of the word communication. The root word of the word communication is communicare, taken from the Latin language. Communicare means to transmit or to impart. Here, when we communicate with each other, we are actually transmitting our thoughts, intentions, emotions, or feelings. We are imparting certain pockets of information that makes us understandable by others. Hence, the word communicare became the root word for the word communication in English. Now Now let us discuss the definition given by W.H. Newman. Communication is an exchange of facts, ideas, opinions, or emotions by 2 or more persons. Here, communication is considered as an exchange process. Facts, that means the truths or the universal facts or personal facts or the surrounding facts. Opinion means particular information that gives a statement about a particular incident or a person. Emotions are the main factors that humans play in their minds. So communicating their emotions satisfies the urge of humans. So this definition given by W.H. Newman to a certain extent satisfies to be the definition of communication. Next, we discuss about the communication defined by Norman B. Sigmund. He says that communication is the transmission and reception of ideas, feelings, and attitudes, both verbally and non-verbally. Here, it is further extended to the aspects of verbal communication and non-verbal communication. He also included explaining about the two factors, transmission and reception. So, this definition is certainly a better one than the previous. We discuss about the nature of communication. Communication is a natural activity. Yes, it happens naturally, it is not a planned one. We can say that because the moment a child is born, it begins to cry. The infant grabs the attention of the surrounding persons through its cries or through its smiles. These are the two levels of vocabulary. Now we extend as an individual as we grow. We include vocabulary, we learn many languages, we try to be more communicative. So, the urge to communicate is very natural to the human beings. Secondly, it is used to convey opinions, information, ideas and feelings, emotions to the others, sometimes with even ourselves. This happens when we are more communicate with others, we call that person extrovert. When a person is speaking to himself or thinking deeper about any particular aspect of self or others, that is called being an introvert. So communication both inwards and outwards. Next, we use words spoken or written. Here this is what we call levels of vocabulary. A person needs refined levels of vocabulary to be more natural in his or her way of communication. The intention behind communication is expressed in various levels with detailed information related to the listening, speaking and reading aspects in our handbook, and this assists the students in learning communication process effectively. Each module of this book consists of various aspects of communication skills, that is of LSRW skills explained in detail. Communication as a process includes the following aspects. It is a two-way process. Communication needs to be communicated by a person which is to be understood by another person. It makes a two-way process. Sometimes a person himself needs to communicate to himself or herself and also understand it properly, and this is what we call communication is a two-way process. Second thing, it includes verbal and non-verbal aspects as well. Verbal part includes the vocabulary of a particular language, and the non-verbal part includes body language, facial gestures, postures, and as well as the distance also taken as a factor of non-verbal communication. Third part is thinking. Thinking is a necessary part that enables a person to start communication, continue it, or even end it. So, thinking is the foundation part for communication. Fourth aspect is share an idea. The urge to share is the basic element in the occurrence of communication. Observe someone or something. Learn something new. These two aspects are an integral part of communication. These things are done by us, sometimes consciously, most of the times automatically. Lastly, the major part for a strong communication skill is vocabulary. We discuss about the importance of vocabulary in the coming classes as a part of our curriculum. Now, the precision in communication, when we speak about it, is it needs vocabulary. Vocabulary means the body of words used in a particular language. Some people are more vocative, some people are less expressive. Sometimes it is the lack of vocabulary that makes people become less expressive. We need a strong foundation of words or vocabulary that defines various levels of emotions or ideas or even information. This quote tells us these two simple steps, writing the word and using it immediately, help our brain remember and help us use new words. So, my dears, make it a part of your daily activity to remember or write the meaning of a word and use it immediately in your day-to-day conversations. As a part of our classroom activity, let us take up the word pain. And you people write the various words related to the word pain. Now, as a part of the beginning of classroom activity, let me give you the various words that express the emotion or the feeling which we call pain. Here we have the words such as suffer, agony, grief, discomfort, trauma as a synonym for the word pain. Here I have given this data in a level of increasing activity in our mind or emotion. Suffer is a casual thing. We normally use this word very frequently. I am suffering from fever. We don't say this fever includes agony. Agony is a high level of pain that when patients such as suffering from cancer, they suffer this agony level of their disease, which is more than bearable. Suffer includes bearable pain. Agony tells unbearable levels of pain. Now coming to the word grief. Grief, this word should not be used in a casual, usual situations at random. It is a word which is particularly used when a person suffers emotional loss. That means when a person suffers from the loss or the death of a beloved person or family members or even friends. Hence, we offer condolences to the person who is grieving from loss. And now coming to the word discomfort. Discomfort is an inexplicable one that causes uneasiness in our behavior. It could be physical pain or mental pain. Coming to the last word, trauma. A person would be in a trauma when an accident happens or the person is directly involved in the accident or received just the news that their dear ones is involved in a very serious condition. At that time, the person is in a trauma. That means a shock in the mental phase. So, all these words, though they look casual to the pronunciation, they have different levels of application. This is what we call vocabulary. So, my dears, now onwards treat English language or the words that you have in your vocabulary as the words that enable or influence your levels of communication in English.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.